we've been starting games really well and then kind of falling off. Today we've gone complete opposite today. First 20 minutes we started the game, first set we made an error, and the second set we made an error, and we just put Hull, invited them onto our try line, and obviously we conceded then on the last tackle, I think it was, on that in the far left corner, and then obviously the 2 interceptions, and then a try again on the last tackle again from the kick. Really kind of won the game basically for Hull.
What did you say to your players at half time? As you say, a couple of bounces of the ball, a couple of plays didn't go your way, and suddenly you're an extra 12 points behind. You came out with a massively improved performance in the second half.
Yeah. To be fair, in the first half, it's a simple game, innit? If you keep hold of the ball, you can ask more questions of the opposition. We weren't asking enough, and we wanted to get Hull in an arm wrestle. They'd had a tough game last weekend. We wanted to get them in a little bit of an arm wrestle and go a few sets for it, but it was us who broke first. We made the errors, and they capitalised on that. But even with that feel, and it's weird to say it, 24-0 down, there wasn't loads in between the two teams. It was we started getting a little bit of a on the front foot, and then we throw the interception, and we concede on the back end of that, and they've got pace, and pace kind of kills at the end of the day, and they give them that much room on an interception, they're going to score them tries.
You outscored them 3-2 in the second, 3-1 in the second half. Does that in a way make it more frustrating about the display that you put in the first half?
The frustrating thing is we held the ball in the second half. I think we completed at over 80% in the second half, and then we get good ball field position and we're asking questions. We probably could have scored 3 or 4 more in the second half. It would have been a little bit better with our decision making on the edge and our finishing, and that probably comes down to a little bit of confidence. So maybe the second half can give us a little bit more confidence in going forward, and it's a simple case of if we hold the ball and turn it over on our terms, we'll be successful as a team. But what we're doing is we're having patches where we're not doing that for whatever reason. We're making an error, and the silly errors, the errors in the play the ball, in the tackle, that we're spilling the ball. I mean, the one that Moose got pulled up for, the second one, I think Scott Taylor's clinging onto the ball. Now if Moose keeps his legs, he probably gets done for a rip, Scott Taylor, but he doesn't. He loses legs, goes on the floor, and it's classed as a knock on. The other one was where Logan got out, I think it was. Logan got out and he attacked his arm. Ball went down again, but that's all in our good ball field position for them. So they're attacking our try line. So we're just putting teams onto our try line. We're inviting them in really, rather than making them have to work out of there and to get onto our good ball.
How do you think Jack went at fullback?
First half, a couple of interceptions were pretty tough. That's probably more to do with getting used to playing and edges jamming, because the wingers jammed twice on him there and he just tried to force that pass rather than maybe a more experienced fullback could have held it. But I thought overall, he worked really hard. I thought he gave us a little bit more of a different dimension with our attack. He was talking, and defensively he did what we kind of asked him for. He was organising the defensive line, getting the numbers generally right, and like I say, Hull scored on the last tackle, so it's not through lack of kind of poor D. It's them last plays. It's a concentration thing and cleaning them up on the back of their kicks really.
Obviously you've Niles out. Do you see you persisting with Jack?
Oh, well, yeah, well, we'll have to have a little look at things. We had a little look in training this week. We ran Durrell at Wigan and he did all right there. We ran Durrell, but we just felt like it was stunning kind of our attack. Jack's a bit more of a footballer, so and we like to play with ball. You see today when we hold the ball and we move the ball about, we look a complete different team, but it's the key for us is holding the ball.
There's your message that there's no need to panic despite the score?
Well, it always puts you in kind of a pressure situation, and every week gets harder and harder, and you think about the teams like Huddersfield winning, and you've got Catalan and Widnes this weekend, one of them are going to win. But the worrying thing is we're consistently coming up with these silly little errors at the moment in the play the ball, ruck or whatever it is, with someone attacking our arm, and our ball retention's got to be kind of gold for us really. And until we sort that out, we're not going to compete against any of the teams really. It's like I say, second half there we hold the ball and we complete sets and we're a different team attacking.
Remain confident you've got the players to make the 8?
Yeah, well, we've got quite a lot who've just gone down in there, to be fair. So look, I think obviously we've done a little bit of business last week, which gives us 2 new players, 2 fresh players, which obviously they'll come into the game for the Widnes one, so that gives us a little bit more options. But looking at the team in there, we're going to need them going forward.
Some bad looking injuries in there?
Yeah, we've got Moose has gone down with his groin. Matt Flanagan, clash of heads with his nose. Ben had to come off. I think we've got Josh Wood back out there. Coppy came off with his back. So we'll assess these as we go through, but we're on short turnaround again, so we need to make sure that everyone's ready to kind of go.
Other than you new players, is there anybody going to be fit to come back next week from your current squad?
No.